Well, honestly, you're right. I do a lot of these things, and let's be honest, we go to these things for different reasons. I go because I get asked. They usually give me a microphone. I don't say no to that. I usually get a free meal. That's why I show up. I know people have different reasons. Sometimes you come to these events because you want to get dressed up. You don't get out that often. Sometimes it's something that is dear and important to you. Sometimes, as a lot of these athletes, we just get asked to go, so we show up. I go to a lot of them. Some are good, some are great, some are okay. But this is an event that was a no-brainer because it is true and dear to my heart, as I'm sure it is to almost everyone in this room. Sports is something that's affected all of us, I'm sure, at some level or another. Some directly, some indirectly, some are parents and dealing with it right now with the effect on your youth. But that's what we're here to talk about today. There's a lot of athletes at various tables here. You can talk to them because they've made it to the highest level, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're talking about what it did to them when they were young. Why did they get into sports? What did it help them get through in life? You can hear a lot of different stories. I've been fortunate enough to play a lot of years with G. Roy Simon, greatest receiver in CFL history, but I've also been very fortunate to go on the road and speak with G. Roy. G. Roy, did he leave the room? There he is. All right. I'll have to give you some props here, G. Roy. I'm staring at KidSport cinch bag. Anyways, I've been fortunate enough to travel with G. Roy a lot. I've heard his story. And you know what, Perry? He is from Pennsylvania, but he's from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. He asks kids every time, anyone heard of Johnstown, Pennsylvania? Probably like here, no one's going to heard of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And he knows that. So his follow-up is, everyone heard of the movie Slapshot? Yeah, but that doesn't happen in schools. These kids are 10 years old. They don't have a clue what he's talking about. You and I both know. That's where G. Roy's from. You hear a story about sports, you know sports gave G. Roy gave him a way to have a better life. He tells a story about friends that got in trouble, went down the wrong road, and he used sports as an outlet to give himself a chance at something better, get out. Okay, I've been fortunate enough, being a Richmond guy, when I was a senior, Pasha Baines was here tonight, was I think in grade 8. I had a friend of mine that lived down the road from him. I didn't know who Pasha was. All I knew was there was this 8th grader. Every day I went over to my buddy's house, the guy's playing basketball. 3 o'clock till 11 o'clock. Again and again. I just see this guy, grade 8, working on technical drills again and again on his own, again. He found in sports a passion to dedicate his life to. Made it all the way to the top. Used it as an outlet to work on something. David Sanchez. David Sanchez used sports to work on his athletic cockiness. And I know this because I first ran into Davis when I was in the 7th grade. We were both up at a Jay Trano, Simon Fraser basketball camp. Okay, I not only know because he was good, and I know that because he let you know he was good. And we're in grade 7. And I didn't meet Davis officially till maybe I was in grade 12 or the year after. And all I remember saying, I remember you. You were at that SFU basketball camp with me. And is only David Sanchez can? No, you got that wrong. You were at that camp with me. Sports let Davis work on that confidence, that cockiness, arrogance, whatever you want to call it. We love you for it, Davis. They gave you that outlet, do it right and do it in style. Me? Sports let me know that I wasn't the biggest kid in town. What am I talking about? I'm going to tell you a little story. I always thought I was the biggest kid in town because I was a big kid. What am I talking about? Well, Brent Johnson isn't here tonight, so I'm going to rip him, and I was going to rip him anyways. We all can't be 12-pound babies like him. And if you see him, let him know. He was a 12-pound baby. Let him know. I wasn't 12 pounds, but you know what I was? Think about this. A lot of parents in the room. When I was 3 months old, I was 30 pounds. Not a typo, because you're hearing me say it. I was 30 pounds. Most of you can remember being in grade 1. I bet you don't remember this. When I was in grade 1, I was 100 pounds. Sometimes the problem with this picture is you're thinking some guy like this. I was like this. I was like this. Okay, that was me. I was the biggest kid in town. Now, you might not believe it, but I was pretty athletic. True story. I was okay. Love sports. When you're the biggest kid in class and you're pretty athletic, sports is pretty easy. And I loved it. I just showed up, I was better than kids. And I loved basketball, that was my sport. I just walked on the court, pushed people over, they were terrified of me. Okay, and this would have been mid-80s, so soon I started getting the shaved head look and the wristbands, because I was Charles Barkley. I mean, I literally was. Minus 36 inches in my vertical leap, but I was him. Life was easy, sports was easy. I didn't have to work for anything, I just showed up, I was the best kid on the court. until the day that changed my life forever. Now, I went to Vancouver College. Yeah, I'm a Richmond kid, but I went to Vancouver College, and we've always been a powerhouse sports team, even in the young grades. Grade 4, grade 5. We started young, we were working good, so I had confidence being the biggest kid in town, and I was part of a program that knew how to play sports. So we just beat everybody, and no one messed with me. Life was easy. And then one day in grade 6, we scheduled a game against Garden City Elementary. Waste of my time. Vancouver College, Garden City Elementary. It's a pit stop on the way home. Crushing by 60, home for dinner. No problem. Some of you athletes out here, I know Bobby, Pasha, you guys know a guy named John Dumont, was a good friend of mine. He was a year older than me. Fantastic basketball player. John was coming over to my house to sleep over that night. He wasn't on our team because he's a year older. He was just going to hang out. Doesn't matter, John. Come watch me. I just do what I do. People get out of the way, score a few points, throw a sweatband into the crowd of 4. Home for dinner. All is good. Garden City Elementary. I drove into Richmond today and drove past it. Still shed a tear. Don't clap. Don't clap. Garden City Elementary. What is Garden City? What are you guys called? Wildcats. You made that up. So, no big deal. Pit stop on the way home. We show up. I'm warming up. You know, I don't know if you guys remember the mailman Malone. I do that. This high off the ground. Biggest kid in town, though. You don't mess with me. Confidence out of this world. For no reason. Just because I was heavier than everybody. Then, I wasn't paying attention to gardens. I wasn't even looking at them. Doing my own thing, right? All right, let's go. Let's get ready for jump ball. Okay. This is what I want, too. I probably still want. I walk up, and this guy comes out to take the jump ball. And I'm looking around going, all right, real funny. Coach is not allowed to play. And I didn't say that because I thought he was a coach. The t-shirt said coach for some reason. It said coach across the chest. A little bit of a goatee here. And I'm looking around at him real funny. Let's bring the kids out so we can whoop them and I can go home. There's Bobby. Bobby's saying, who is this guy? Bobby just like Bobby. He's just coach across his shirt. I'm convinced he's the coach. This is ridiculous, but you know, no big deal. I do what I do. I just kind of show up and we win. Not today. Not today. It's not much of a jump ball in grade 6. They throw it up and the guy is taller. Bobby just sort of grabbed it. And for the rest of the game, all I can remember is this. Bobby just... And, you know, there's only 5 guys on the court, but there were 6 of us somehow. We were crawling on him like he's King Kong. And it didn't matter. Bobby, up here. You couldn't push him over. He'd knocking you out. This was the biggest man I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not talking children. I'm talking adults, athletes. And I tell my buddy John Dumont, one of the best basketball players I ever knew in elementary, John, you get in here. I'm not going in there. I'm coming to sleep over your house. There's not any part of this. This is crazy. Garden City Elementary. We lost the game. I never lost a game in my life. I went to Vancouver College. Problem is I have 4 older brothers. And I looked up to them, and they let me be me, but they held me to a high standard. They always wanted to come home, and they'd indulge my stories of how we dominated the game today. And I had to come home to them, and they were going to let me know, hey, so you guys must have crushed them. I had to come home and say, nope, we lost. They laughed, and I said, listen, now listen to me here. This is serious. There's a guy that is way bigger than me. You're just making up lies because you lost. I'm not kidding you. This guy is huge, and I couldn't do anything. Me showing up didn't work anymore. I didn't know what to do. So my brother Malcolm, who was, I think, about grade 11 at the time, and you guys all know Dolphin Park. He played Dolphin Park all the time. And they didn't believe me, so he goes off on Saturday and plays at Dolphin Park. He comes home all excited. Hey, I saw him. He tells a story. He said at Dolphin Park, and the famous Coach Disbrow's there watching the guys play. And there's Bobby. He just riding his bike, waving a shirt in the air, having fun. Oh, grade 6. And I remember my brother says, Coach Disbrow said, hey, how old do you think that guy is? I don't know, 18? He's 10. I'll never forget too, Coach Richmond said, you watch, he'll be in the NFL one day. And Malcolm came over and goes, I saw him. Angus, you're never going to be the biggest kid again. You have no chance. He is way bigger than you, and that's just the way it's going to be. And I'll never forget what he said to me. What are you going to do about it? Changed my life forever. Because it was that moment I realized I love sports. I wanted to be good at sports. It's what I knew. But just kind of showing up wasn't going to cut it anymore. I had to start working at what I wanted. I had to start practicing because I knew in my head now there's always someone bigger than me out there. Probably someone better than me. I can't just show up. So I dedicated to getting good at my craft. Basketball was my love. Later on it became football. It served me very well because for the rest of my life I was never the biggest kid again. Sports is the greatest vehicle you can have to teach kids to put their heart and soul into something and push themselves. Because just showing up in life, it's not going to cut it anymore. It never did. And if you don't learn that at a young age, you're going to show up in life one day and say, what am I supposed to do? Thankfully, I learned it when I was 10 years old to one Bobby Singh, that you know what, I can't just show up and life is easy and it's fun just because I feel like doing it today and that's the way it's going to be. No, you got to work at things. You got to work at it, work at it. I've been fortunate enough to make it professional level, but the reality is never again was I the biggest kid even on my team. Played 13 years pro, playing offensive line, the position of the biggest people in the world. I've always been the smallest. Okay, and if I didn't learn a lesson a long time ago that sports, you got to put it in, you got to work, because there's always someone out there bigger, stronger, better than you. That's life. That's life, and the neat thing about sports is at a young age, it's a safe environment to do that. So you don't put our kids out when they're 19 and 20 and they get hit in the face in life and have no idea what to do. You get them into sports, they learn, you know what? Someone's going to be a little faster than me today. That's okay, I can work harder. This kid's a little bit better than me, that's okay, I can try a little bit more. And it's a good environment to do it in because they can fall and get back up. You wait too long in life, you fall, you might never get up again. That's a pretty scary thing because video games do not emulate the fear I had in my mind when I saw this guy with a shirt that said coach on it come up. I couldn't turn it off and start again. I had to play, and I got my butt kicked. I had to get up the next day and say, I want to keep playing, so I better get good at this. Fortunate enough to run into Bobby later when we were in high school. We had to battle against each other, and then we got to play against each other, and we got to play with each other. For the rest of my life, as I said, I played against bigger people than me every time I played sport. And that was okay. It taught me to work. We talk about lessons in life and things that carry forward. Those are the real things. Okay, for the rest of my life, I'm not going to say sports taught me that a proper bucket step is 3.5 inches, not 3 inches. Who cares? Okay, it taught me to work for what I want to do, to commit, to train with people, to give your all, to work together for something that matters. That's everything in life. And without this, you're putting kids into the world that have no concept of giving a little more of themselves, stretching themselves, wanting something more of themselves, seeing that they can have a better life and get out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Okay? It's an avenue to be more than what you think you are. Push yourself a little bit. That is what sports is about. And it's sad and scary to see today that it's getting harder and harder for kids to get involved in sports for reasons that are real, but unfortunately shouldn't be the reasons why kids aren't playing. Financially, we need to solve these problems. That's what we're doing here tonight. Making sure that any kid that needs that opportunity, which they all do, can have it. Okay? We're not here producing professional athletes. I get on rants all the time when we talk to coaches and adults. The point of amateur sports isn't to develop superstar players. If it happens, fantastic. Okay, but if not, you have strong, balanced, mature adults that understand what it takes to get what they want in life, to give a little bit more. That is the lesson of sports that I've learned, and it'll carry the rest of my life. I'll tell you guys a little secret tonight. Don't spread this out. But I'll be done with football as of tomorrow. My career is over, and that's okay. That's okay, because I achieved what I wanted to achieve. Now I can go on and achieve more, knowing I'll never be the biggest kid in town. That's okay. If you want something, you'll go get it. I learned the lessons when I was 10 years old, how to fight for what I wanted. That'll last the rest of my life. My confidence is real, as is Davis's, but I do it a different way. And that's okay, because every kid is different. All their talents are different, and sports will let them develop who they are. Give them a chance. Shocked at how far people can go. Thanks for having me tonight.